Hi everyone, hope everyone is well and staying safe. So this video is just going to be about me sharing my testimony on how I had to keep on pushing in trying to seek God even when it was hard to let certain things go. The fact that I had to understand that I needed to stop condemning myself because God had forgiven me, therefore I had to forgive myself, and to just realize that in this walk I had to stop looking at other people and what they were doing and how they were surpassing me in a way, because it was easier for them to let go of certain things, whereas with me it wasn't, and how I just had to keep on pressing on, like just having that personal relationship with God. And just to also encourage someone at this time, if you have decided to give your heart to Christ, or you're still walking with him, just to stay strong. And like if there's a certain battle that you're dealing with, maybe the steps and my testimony could potentially help you. So let's get to it.
Retro Future.
I don't know, when I decided to give my life to Christ, there was like a group of us. I think there was like 5 of us, and it was amazing because I felt like I wasn't doing it by myself, But then there was also a downfall to that, because there would be certain people within that group where it was like they were just getting it. They'd stopped living the lifestyle that we were living beforehand, which was like smoking and drinking and fornicating and all that other stuff that just comes with being young and being at uni and just living life basically. Whereas with me, I didn't want to let those things go because I couldn't really see life without it. It'd been with me for such a long time. How could life be enjoyable without those things? And in a way, I was trying to live the pattern that I was living before that moment, which was going to church and still doing things of the world. And so eventually there were certain things that were easier to get rid of. With other things, it was a bit harder. And I remember like there was times where it was hard for me to want to come to church, because you just felt like a sermon will come on and you're just like, oh, here we go again, like just throwing shots, and you just feel like you're inadequate. Like, what is the point of continuing if I keep on going back? What is the point if this thing has like a stronghold on me, like I can't let go of it, or I feel lonely without it, or I don't really want to live this life that I'm living, so I just want to zone out and I just want to get high or get drunk, I just want to enjoy, I just want to do whatever it is that you were doing before. And it became really, really hard for me, and I just kept on pressing on. I kept on coming to church, I kept on trying to read my Bible, I kept on praying, and it was really hard because every time I would go back to that thing, it was like it was harder for me to pray, because I was like, how can I pray? How can I read my Bible? There was like a division. I couldn't do both of them fully. If I was doing stuff that were bad, I would have to stick there. If I was doing stuff that was good, I would have to stay there. I couldn't do 2 of them to my fullest potential without doing the other thing. Like I was just so confused, I was just so lost. And in the midst of all of that, I was just seeing the same people that started church with me striving, doing things for God, and I was just like, look, I don't think this is for me, but guess what, I'm gonna keep coming. I'm gonna keep on trying to do like bits and bobs in church. Because I know that I can be changed. I know that I can be transformed. I've seen it in other people, and the same God that done it for them, he's gonna do it for me. And I don't know how, and I don't know when, but I know that eventually something is gonna happen. And it took a lot, and to be honest, it doesn't stop. There isn't a time where I wake up and I'm just like, oh, okay, I'm good to go, like life is easy. it's hard every day. And I think that even when now that I've known Christ on a different level now, it's even harder because you're more aware of what shouldn't be done. And it's like, okay, and then other things are a bit easier, like certain things that I can just be like, oh, I'll never do that again. I'll never ever go back to that type of life again. Fellowship with, you know, different people within the church, and just that whole topic of, you know, condemning yourself. And I did that a lot, and I think that's what pushed me back. Like, when I keep on saying I kept on having to go to church, I kept on praying, I kept on trying to read my word, the thing that would stop me the most was when I thought others were condemning me and I was condemning myself, because I felt like a hypocrite. Like, how am I in church trying to get other people to come to church, but I'm not even living the life that I'm supposed to live? And, you know, most recently, actually, a couple of months ago, like, I just had to say, do you know what? I'm gonna stop. There is no time to perfection. There is no time where God says, okay, you've known me now for 6 months, you should have gotten boom, 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 boom. Because whatever you were facing is different from the next person. The life you lived before is completely different to the other person. So human timing doesn't kind of equate to what God has in store. If God has something in store for you, it will happen regardless. But I feel like that for me, there was just so much emphasis on the time. I was like, how can I have known you on this level and this thing is still bothering me? How can I have known you for this long and I still can't get over this particular thing? Like, why can't I do that? And I just kept on condemning myself and just thinking, you know, I'm just inadequate, you know, until like I started like really trying to research what it was that I needed to do to just take that blame off. And for one, it was just like, if God has forgiven me for whatever I've done, why is it that I can't forgive myself? And it was a thing where I was trying to compare God's love to a way humans love each other, you know. In a way, we can have a limit, you know. If someone does this, we're just like, yeah, bye, you know what I mean? Whereas with God, it's unconditional. I can do anything and he's still going to love me. Another thing aside from forgiveness was the fact that he was renewing me. And I'm going to be made new. It's a process. A lot of people forget that this is a process, and in that process you're going to share your testimony. It's going to be done in such a way that you will get it. He's renewing me every day. Started a good work in me, he's going to complete it. And for me, that was just the process in which I needed to just know, like, okay, it might not be today, it might not be tomorrow, but eventually it's going to happen. And yeah, I just kept on striving on. And I just want to encourage someone that, you know, number one, forgive yourself for whatever it is that you've done. Number two, continue to strive and know that God is God. Number three, stop looking at other people and comparing their testimonies to what could potentially be yours. And number four, stop condemning yourself, because God has forgiven you. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and just use this as a point of encouragement that during this time, you know, don't give up. Still go search for God, pray, read your Bible, know that his time is the only thing that matters. It's not about your timing, but his. And he started something new in you, and he's going to continue that. He's going to continue renewing you, you know. And the more you read your Bible, the more you get into it, you know, you're going to find out more things. And yeah, just know that it's a process and it's your testimony, not anybody else's. So bye guys, stay blessed.